Okay, so the weekend is here and rest is near. Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa on a Friday. Welcome on the show. My name is Wally Scott. In the last 1 week or 2 weeks, I think the Basketball Federation has been totally embarrassed. It's been terrible. First of all, the Tigress says they've not been paid. They might boycott the world competition in Australia if they do not get their monies. They say Musa Kida, the NBBF, they have two heads in the NBBF, first off, It's a splinter group too. And they say the Kida does not have their time, does not do the right thing as far as they are concerned, and they might boycott future games. But the story is, hundreds of placard-carrying protesters who claim to be basketball players and wearing shirts with the inscription, Kida must go, protested in Abuja on Thursday against the election of Musa Hamadu Kida as president of the Nigeria Basketball Federation. The protesters marched from Area 10, Parade Garki, in Unity Fountain, Maitama, demanding the Hamadu Kida does not impose himself on the federation for another term. The outgoing board had been under scathing criticism from the Tigress players who won the 2021 Women's Afrobasket in Cameroon. The players in a video which went viral demanded that they be paid their financial entitlements from their participation in the 2017 Afrobasket as well as presidential recognition. They also threatened to boycott the 2022 FIBA Women's World Cup in Australia if their demands were not met. In a video posted in the team's official Instagram on Tuesday, the players accused Hamadu Kida of neglecting the team during the Tokyo 2020 Olympics and 2021 Afrobasket. The players also accused the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development and the NBBF of withholding their bonuses and allowances, totaling $197,118, which included the $100,000 demanded to them by banks before the 2020 Olympic Games in Japan. The NBBF, however, termed the protest as cheap blackmail on the person of Hamadu Kida ahead of the Federation's elections set for October 30th in Benin City, the Edo State capital. Colonel Sam Amedu, retired, a member of the Hamadu Kida's board, said the protest was politically motivated to tarnish the image of Hamadu Kida ahead of the forthcoming elections. Meanwhile, the Sports Ministry has summoned Hamadu Kida and former NBBF President Tijani Umar to an emergency meeting on October 18th. I've got a sports analyst who's the go-to guy when it comes to basketball around, Afolabi Oni. Afolabi, good morning.
Morning, how are you, sir?
It's good to have you on the show, sir.
Good.
Now, we've heard all this about Hamadu Kida. We've heard about the protest and the Tigress, and we are hearing from another angle that this is supposed to be a blackmail to tarnish his image. Which do we take now?
I think we need to separate the issue, because the more we monitor it, and the more also continue. The protest that was on the LDF today is not in any way, how will I put it now? It's not in any way related to what the data gets there and demand. When you look at data gets there, it's demanding more for the payment of the bonuses, promising allowance, and all that. Then, they are also talking about the question that they can read for me, and I see as the attitude towards the person who have continued to spend his own personal money to ensure that the national team get prepared on time and also participate at the international competition. That's why I said the inability of the federal minister.
Afolabi, I think we'll try and call you back. You're actually not so audible. So we'll drop the phone and we'll try and call you back. But basically, what Afolabi is trying to say is that the protest from yesterday had nothing to do with Musa Kida and the way he's ruling. But the question I want to ask Afolabi are many. One of them is, why have they not been paid their monies and their entitlements? One of the very few questions that we asked. But he says yesterday's protest had nothing to do with the Tigress and the way Musa Kida runs the federation. Afolabi, do I have you back? So we have lots of questions that I really would love to ask. And one of them definitely has to be, why are the guests not being paid? We know a bank gave them some money, $100,000 precisely, before they left for that tournament. How come they didn't receive those? Okay, agreed. NFF don't have money. NBBF don't have money. Okay, agreed. But what about the one the bank gave them? Afolabi, I think I have you back. Welcome back, Afolabi.
Yeah, is it better now?
Yes, yeah, it's clear now. Good.
Okay. So, like I was saying before, this issue are not kind of related. And then they spoke about the donations from banks before the Olympics in Tokyo. I guess that has been settled by the ministry. And then they said they're in custody of the money because the money is in CBN. Then they had already requested for the players to drop their account number. So that is that case. In the issue of abandonment, before we were preparing for the Olympics, Kida was in Tokyo, Kida was in the US to ensure that all things were put in place for a good performance. For Cameroon, we all know that funds were not forthcoming. Till now, no cover has been released from the Minister of Funds towards the Afolabi operation. So all the money they used came from the same president that they said abandoned them, or the federation abandoned them. Yes, the vice president and the president of Baloon was there. Samagadu, who is also a senior ranking member of the board, was also in Cameroon. For me, what they are prepared for Kida to come to Cameroon and then they won't see enough money to prosecute the tournament, or for him to cut off, stay back, and then channel that money into the preparation and not the prosecution. I think the latter for me will have been the best threat, which he actually did. And then for the players that protested in Abuja yesterday, three key actors were very prominent. The president of Ajidagba, who was former artist on the board of the government. The incoming artist the president of Baloon, and also Mark, the owner of the Mark Mentors basketball club of Abuja. These three they claim to there. Let's take them one by each. Ajidagba is a disgruntled member of the Kuma board. He was elected as players member, also wanted to use his position why not being active with any club. For Stanley Baloon, he's been with January Group for the past 4 years and but these were the same groups that went to court to stop the league from running for 3 years. And then this same person is making a U-turn right now, trying to keep the blame on Musa Kida and the NBBF, saying that they failed to organize the league. When the reason, you guys were the ones that went to court to see them just stopping the league from holding. So I think they trying to play politics with the players. Some players are passionate, but and then because of that, I think they are trying to take that passion.
Now, Afolabi, my question would be, now,
yes.
You have identified 3 disgruntled members who actually went to court and ensured that in the last 3-4 years, we've not had the male league basketball running. Now, these same people are saying that the league has not been running. How come Nigerians are forgetting so quickly? They are the ones that went to court in the first place.
You see, it's difficult for us in a country whereby fake news is real. It's difficult for us in a country whereby we forget where we are coming from. It's not just in basketball alone, it's even in football, even in our national life. Whatever happens today, when nothing happens tomorrow, we quickly move on. We are a country that moves on very quickly from situation. So I think people now they have moved on. They are now so focused on the election. They are not so angry with them. That okay, let's fight the effort of other people to ensure that the league will hold. They are forgetting about that. Now, what they are now saying is, Kida was responsible. We don't organize the league for us. They forgot that if we organize Division 1, Division 2, and also the Women's League, which were not under any form of legal legislation. But for the Premier League, they could hold it. But people are forgotten. People are not asking questions. People are not asking questions. And this is the most painful part of this whole story. If for 3 years you were going back and forth, going to court every day or every 3 months, and then all of a sudden people are forgotten, then it shows the level at which we are ready to go this way. It shows how much the keep record. It shows how much we are able to hold people to hold people accountable for what is done or what is not done. So even if you sacrifice your life, what I
Okay,
by tomorrow.
okay, Afolabi, we'll try and call you on another phone, and then I'll use this particular phone to call Seun Ajidagba. I think Seun has a different mindset about this. You are saying that the people who, this protest was by disgruntled members. Now, the male basketball league has not been on for years now. And I'm surprised that the three people who led the protest yesterday were the guys who went to court to stop the league. And one of their protests was that the league has not been on. Nigerians are forgetting that these are the same guys who went to court to stop the league in the first place. But Seun Ajidagba, I think, has a different mindset to this. We'll try and get Seun on the phone now. And let's hear what Seun has to say. This is really very embarrassing now. Just a few days to the elections, 30th October. And people are coming out to say, okay, good, you can't seek second term. You're not a good leader. The Tigers are fighting for their funds. They've not been paid since 2017. Massive. Since 2017, the Tigers have not received a dime. Now, what they are saying is, even before we went for the Olympics in Tokyo, a particular bank gave us some money. I have someone on the phone. Hello, good morning. Afolabi, you're back.
Yes.
Okay, go on, Afolabi. I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear now.
Yes. Like we were saying before you were trying to reconnect Seun Ajidagba. For me, like I've told you about Nigerians, we forget things quickly. Not just basketball, even football, even our national politics. A lot of things happened last year. A lot of things happened this year, and then we forgot in a hurry, and then we've moved on to new things. For Nigerians, it's one day, one drama, one day, new drama. So, and if we fail to keep history, if we fail to remember our past, it will be difficult for us to really know what brought us to where we are, and also to plan for the future.
But quickly, Afolabi, before I let you go, Afolabi, the fact remains that let's leave aside the disgruntled members, yesterday's protest. Let's go to the Tigress. These girls say they've not been paid since 2017, and they've been neglected by Musa Kida. Let's face them now. Is there an element of truth in what the Tigress are saying?
The neglect that they're talking about, I don't really understand. Was it meant to cut his head and give them on a platter of gold? Everything that they've been asking for, that he could probably do, he's been doing for them.
Has he explained? Did he explain all this to them?
Yeah, they met in the US before. I said it before the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. They met in the US and he explained the of things to them. All these things, not just for the Tigers, also the Tigers are also affected. But you see, I think women and emotions and all that. It would have been better for them to have channeled this thing straight to the ministry or to the minister or maybe to the president or to the president of NBBF than going online or Instagram or social media to rub dirt in the face of a man that has continued to do his best to ensure that basketball grows in Nigeria.
Will this affect his elections on the 30th? Will this affect him?
No. You see, I think stakeholders are aware of what is going on. If you were at the Congress in Abuja on Saturday, you will have seen clearly that a lot of things are going on. A lot of stakeholders, they understand what is going on. And you could see that it was after the stakeholder in Abuja on Saturday that the disgruntled members, they came up with so much venom. We saw the the Tigers Instagram ranks and also their posts. So you see that they have seen the handwritings on the wall, and then this is just a last gasp attempt to ensure that they are also reckoned with and maybe snatch one or two votes from the incumbent. But be that as it may, the election is just on the 30th in Benin City, and then at the end of the day, we will see how it pans out. But I know that some of the stakeholders they are wiser right now, and then they know what to do, and then they reckon.
I want to thank you very much for joining us today, Afolabi. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Now, we'll go away from basketball for a while. Well, hopefully the elections will take place on the 30th of October. But the sports minister sent for Tijani Umar and Musa Kida for a very emergent, very serious meeting. Of course, I expect some tongue lash for the both of them at that meeting. But on the other side, on the flip side, COVID-19 did a lot to actually make people create things. And of course, one of the creation that COVID actually has forced us to do is there's going to be a Balloon World Cup. Not the regular football now, a regular balloon. And it's going to be a World Cup, and countries will participate. Now, the first Balloon World Cup took place on Thursday and in an amusement park in Tarragona, organized by famous Spanish streamer and commentator Thai Libanos and FC Barcelona player Gerard Piqué. The Balloon World Cup was inspired by a trio of siblings from Oregon in the United States, Antonio Diego and Isabel Arabano, and their viral TRT and, of course, Instagram videos that have attracted millions of views. Now, 32 countries will compete for the title by playing the game in which participants must get the balloon to touch the ground before their opponents can touch it. Matches will take place on 8.8 meters court, filled with different obstacles. Balloon World Cup, different things that COVID has delivered. Okay, I got Seun Ajidagba on the phone. Good morning, Seun.
Good morning, Wale. It's a pleasure joining you.
Now, Afolabi just left us, just left the show, and of course, he has a different opinion about this. He says these are just disgruntled members, basketballers, who want to tarnish the image of Musa Kida, and that the girls are being owed money, but they know there are no funds on ground, and that Kida says he explained to them, and there were no funds on ground, but the girls are saying, listen, okay, forget the funds from the Ministry of Health and Ministry of Sports. What about the money a particular bank gave us before we went for the Olympics?
It's rather sad that this kind of thing is happening. Either it's politically motivated or the girls are agitating for what they are due. I've always told you, Wale, when there is no communication, there will be room for speculation.
True.
If you are carrying them along, all this will not happen. Why do we always wait for issues to escalate before we now start making excuses? I listened to the comments of the Minister of Sports. In all honesty, it's not adding up. And it's a shame that Nigeria, when you are holding exalted positions, people just say things without any recourse. They do it like, so who is going to catch me for this? You are saying the money is in the CBN, blah, 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 domicile in your account. All those things are flimsy, untenable, and silly excuses. These are money that should have been paid to the Tigers and the Tigress. You said the Tigers have not provided their account. The Tigers have provided account. You are waiting for some people to provide that. Excuse me, are you saying if others don't provide their account details, you are going to hold on to it? Give those who have provided their account details. Those who did not provide simply means maybe they don't need it or not now. They will do it much later. Why are you waiting for some persons to bring theirs to make it complete? Because now some are saying that because the election is coming up on October 30th in Benin City, that's why all of this is happening. And the girls are, making some valid comments. Money that was given to them for adopt a team. They brought about adopt a talent. There's also adopt a team. That some banks gave money for adopt a team, money that they're supposed to collect for bonuses, allowances, and I was told that this is not the money that should be paid by NBBF, but rather the Ministry of Sports. Because when teams are going for Olympics, they are under the purview of the Sports Ministry and the Nigeria Olympic Committee. They also said they have not been taken to Aso Rock and all that.
So,
and they didn't come to
Seun,
visit them.
Let me get something clear before I let you go on the show. Now, that means the ladies and the yesterday's protesters are actually diverting their aggravation to somebody else. They should be looking at this Ministry of Sports and not the NBBF.
Well, you can say that, because some are also saying the ladies who represented us, most of them are foreign based.
True.
So where are those people that are carrying placard of Musa Kida must go? That he must have been politically motivated, because election is coming up on October 30th. Wale, on top of my head, I remember that we had like two local based players at the last Afrobasket. Murjano too, Musa, and another player. So the question is, who are those carrying placards? But again, like I told you, Wale, these girls have achieved a big feat. They won what we call the 3 peats. That means they won it back to back to back. They deserve more than what they are getting, in all honesty. But some NBBF members are saying they are not owing them any money. What Musa Kida is owing them is the money he personally promised the ladies. And this is coming from the second vice president of Nigerian Basketball Federation, in Colonel Sam Amedu, retired. That he's not owing them any money. The only money he's owing them is the money he personally promised them. And as for not being in Cameroon, he was told that Musa Kida contracted corona, and that's why he stayed back. But they had the first vice president in Babs Ogunade with the ladies.
I think it's sad. Well, thank you very much, Ajidagba.
Thank you, Ali.
I'm on the neck of Colonel Sam Amedu, retired, first vice president, NBBF. Of course, I'll try and make sure he comes on the show tomorrow, Plus Sports Special, and he'll tell us his own side of the story. Because we heard that there were COVID issues with Musa Kida, so he couldn't be in Cameroon. But Sam Amedu was there to actually represent so I wonder why the girls are still complaining. But well, we don't know what's really happening. We'll try and find out. We'll have Colonel Amedu on the show tomorrow, and we'll ask many more questions to find out what the truth is on this issue. Now, Allyson Felix says she's proud of fellow sports stars speaking out on mental health issues, although more has to be done to support athletes, including those with young children. Felix was speaking shortly before being confirmed a Sportswoman of the Year at the annual Salute to Women Awards in New York. Now, tennis players Naomi Osaka, who spoke about her mental health problem earlier this year, was given the Willem Rudolph Courage Award. Now, Felix is 35, is now the most decorated female track and field athlete of all times at the Olympics, and no American has won more than she has done, medals that she has. Now, which included a gold and a bronze in Tokyo. Now, although Felix was able to return to a track success following the birth of her daughter, other athletes have not. So mental health issues are real, depression is real, suicidal thoughts, real. Speak out, please. Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. Join us same time, same station on Monday for another edition. My name is Wally Scott. Like I always advise you at the end of every show, if not for anything, at least for your heart, do some sports.